Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie for those who don't know me, reviewing Love is Blind Germany season 1 episode 7. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. So we are continuing the conversation between Hannie and Ilias. Hannie finally shuts things down with Ilias because, girl, how dare you front as if you are Alena's friend while flirting with her man, test or otherwise.
Wir können keine Freunde sein, Ilias. Lass mir das. Ich habe ja gesagt, ich bin sehr glücklich mit Daniel. Ich habe die richtige Entscheidung getroffen. Auf deine Verlobung und auf meine Verlobung.
Ich glaube, du bist dir nicht bewusst, was du aufs Spiel setzt. Was fühlst du für Hannie?
Keine Liebe. Sowas gar nicht.
Unter normalen Umständen, wenn wir hier nicht wären, hätte ich schon längst gesagt, tschüss. Ich finde, es hat keiner verdient. Das würde ich auch bei keinem machen.
Alena has to keep bringing up Hannie in almost every conversation we see them have. Quite frankly, that is extremely exhausting. Extremely exhausting. This is why I could never date a cheater. Hold on, let me explain. Not that that needs explanation, but that consistent checking over somebody's shoulder, constantly asking about other women, being anxious about where he's at, when he's coming home, what he's doing. I'm not doing that. And even if, God forbid, I was the cheater, you having to feel like you have to keep tabs on me all day, every day to make sure that I don't cheat again, that's ridiculous. And although he hasn't cheated, he's doing something that makes her feel like she has to babysit her man. Hell no. Hell no. You are a grown-ass person. Somebody who I'm supposed to be in holy matrimony with. I don't need to be keeping tabs on you. I need to be making sure that when you talk to other women, there isn't this like underlying agenda. And when it comes, miss me with that. Anyways, she tells him that she needs some time apart so she can get her mind right, get some clarity. She already has clarity. You can hear it in the way that she's talking, the things that she's saying to him. She knows she deserves better. She knows if she was not in this process, she would never stick around for this. So girl, at the end of this, you're in a legally binding marriage. This isn't Married at First Sight UK where the marriages are just for show. Like, this is legal. This is legal. So you act the same way you would on the outside, baby. If somebody's treating you how you would not accept in your regular life, don't accept it now. But we fast forward, they come back together. He is apologetic. He feels like it was stupid for him to risk something great with Alena over a curiosity he had. If Hannie was really to give him that reassurance that there could be something, he wouldn't be talking like this. It is because Hannie shut it down. Now he's like, oh, that was so dumb of me. Not even that was dumb of me. He even says, I don't even know why I was doing that. Have we not heard that before? Have we not heard that before? And then she's like, oh, it's okay. I accept your apology as long as you promise not to do it again. And of course, he promises. Why? Because we've heard that before. The man has showed you who he is. Shown. The man has shown you who he is time and time again. Open your eyes, sweetie. Speaking of being confused about dumb decisions, Hannie is acting real dense now because she's talking to Daniel and she's like, I don't even know why he thought I was giving him the impression that I was interested. Like, where did that even come from? Yo.
Ich würde ihm Blicke zuwerfen und dann meinte ich, oha, kann ich nicht mehr normal gucken, oder? Und er hat halt das sehr schlau gemacht und das auf mich geschoben. Und dann habe ich ihm halt gesagt, so, die Türen sind zu und da ist nichts.
Sehr, sehr offensichtlich, dass er Gefühle für dich hat. Also für mich ist das ganz klar.
Aber es ist halt unangenehm. Ich habe es ihm gesagt, er wollte es trotzdem nicht annehmen.
Entweder er hat es jetzt verstanden oder dann bringe ich ihn dazu, dass er es versteht.
Ego stroke. This season is about emotional constipation and ego stroking. Because, girl, what do you mean? You don't know where he got the idea that you were interested. Whether or not you were putting him in a trap, you were doing something to give him the impression that you were interested. Did she also not say to Daniel that it wasn't just one-sided before? It wasn't just one-sided when they were having a conversation? But now she's confused why Ilias thought he had a chance. And it's crazy too how before, she was trying to test Daniel's jealousy, right? She liked the attention that she was getting from Ilias. Let's not pretend like that's not real. She liked that attention. But Daniel was kind of giving like a calm energy. She tried to test that nerve. He didn't bite. So now she's getting a kick out of the fact that Daniel is irritated with Ilias trying to make moves on his girl behind his back. So he's getting a little riled up and she's lapping it up, eating it up. Because this girl thrives in chaos. She thrives in this, oh my gosh, this person is begging after me. They're just seeing me as a piece of meat. I'm just more than that. Okay, you finally get that. You don't like the peace. You don't like the calm love that Daniel has been giving you. So you need somebody who's thirsting after you again. And when you have to shut that door down, what do? You try to make your man jealous so you get that chaotic energy again. She thrives in that toxicity. Girl, seek help. I resent the fact that we even have to talk about Medina and Sally. Don't know why they're here. And neither do you guys. Because some of you guys were like, I definitely feel like this is a producer thing. I think so too. And one of you guys made a really good point. The couples are dropping like flies. So maybe production needed to bring some people in where it's like, ooh, redemption arc, second chance, storyline. These two, they don't make no damn sense. I do not want them on my screen.
Hast du Gefühle für mich?
Also ich habe ja auch gern komplett die Kontrolle.
Ja.
Aber Gefühle kann man anscheinend nicht kontrollieren.
Warum fällt es dir so schwer, das zu sagen?
Ja, ich glaube schon, dass ich Gefühle für dich habe. Ich hab's gesagt. Also ja, da sind auf jeden Fall Schmetterlinge im Bauch.
Ich weiß, wie schwer es ihm fällt, sowas auszudrücken.
Is this man capable of being vulnerable for one moment? One moment. I got the nerves at the beginning at the reveal. Okay, fine. But we're at the point where you actually need to get to the nitty gritty. We need to talk about our feelings. We need to talk about our future. Talk about compatibility. Is this gonna work, yes or no? And you're here giggling at whether or not you like me. No. No. Absolutely not. And so after some probing, he finally is like, yes, I do like you. Yes, I do see a future. Yes, I'm excited to see where things go. Mama, I want my sisters. And I said sisters like that because I definitely mean sisters. To stop accepting this struggle of all three of them have been accepting this struggle of Shella, Alberta, and Sally have all gone for men who they had to fight with in order to receive some kind of verbal affirmation as far as their relationship is concerned. All three of them, no. Thankfully, Alberta finally put her foot down, but if what's his name was gonna indulge her, because she was basically begging. She was like, no, I'm ready, like, please. I mean, kudos to her for fighting for a relationship, but like, girl, the man is saying he has feelings for somebody else. Like, I don't know what we're fighting for at that point. But the point is, eventually, she got with the program. Miss Shella, to the bitter end, was still fighting for a man who was not feeling her like that. And here you have Sally. Granted, I do think that Medina likes her more than Pascal liked Shella, but still, you have to coax this man to express his affection for you? Hell no. Hannie is preparing to meet Andrew, who is that? Daniel's family. And who is Andrew? Girl, I need to go to sleep. Sally, oh God. You know who I'm talking about, y'all. Hannie is ready to meet Daniel's family. And she's concerned that they're not going to like her. Daniel says, I'm not just going to blindly go with whatever they tell me. However, I will take their criticism into consideration. When we meet the parents, they are seemingly in full support, but they do, they have an eye on Hannie.
Wir haben uns das erste Mal gesehen und dann direkt gesagt, wir sind verrückt, dass wir das machen.
Das ist auch, was wir uns fragen, dass so schnell geht und so.
Wenn ihr das normal gefunden hättet, fände ich es auch ein bisschen komisch. Seit dem Tag 1 fühle ich mich so, als würde ich dich schon seit 3 Jahren kennen.
Ja, ich sehe schon, dass ihr zusammenpasst. Hannie braucht bestimmt noch ein bisschen Zeit. Ob das klappt wird, weiß ich nicht. Sie immer anschaut oder mit ihr immer alles abspricht. Und ich glaube auch, dass er verliebt ist.
I like the approach that Daniel's parents had, because they were like, well, what was your impression of us? You know, like that. Because it's not always, oh, well, how do you fit in with our family? Do you like us as a people? Like, we mutually need to like each other. So I like that they posed that question. They did have concerns about Hannie, though. They do like her. They're in support of Daniel's decisions, but they think that Hannie needs more time. And that turns out to be true because when she's doing the dress fitting, she's consistently asking herself, what am I doing? So subconsciously, internally, all the things that are happening inside, she knows this doesn't feel right. So why are we proceeding? Still to this point, she hasn't said she loved this man, which is not unordinary for her. This is a pattern. She doesn't tell people that she loves them, but you're on the brink of marriage. You better find the love somewhere, okay? You better find it somewhere. It seems at this point that Daniel is all in. We haven't seen him really express any doubts per se. Or if he has, I haven't been paying attention. It seems like he's all in. And even his parents are like, we're just going to let him decide and go with whatever conclusion he comes to. Alena meets Ilias's family, and I was so irritated watching this whole thing because he is scum. That's what I'm gonna say, okay? For entertainment purposes, guys, relax. I don't know this man in real life, okay? He is scum, and it annoys me that he was on his best behavior, making it seem like he's just a star student, just the best partner at...
Es war, ich glaube, für dich und für mich auch somit die besonderste Zeit, die man irgendwie jemals...
Coole Erfahrung, ne?
Ja, mega. Sie hat auch mit anderen gesprochen, ich habe auch mit anderen gesprochen. So wollte ich es jetzt nicht sagen. Aber umso schöner war es natürlich, von Alena dann zu hören, dass ich noch mal einen kleinen Vorsprung hatte.
Also, ich kann ja nur für mich sprechen, aber wobei ich glaube, wir sind beide sehr, sehr happy.
Langweilig ist es nie mit ihm.
Ja, das glaube ich. Ja, und er ist halt auch ein richtiger Gentleman und sehr fürsorglich.
Ich bin super froh, dass er dich da gefunden hat.
Oh, du scheinst echt. Danke.
Ilias's mom is over the moon at the prospect of Alena being her daughter-in-law. And of course, Alena at this point has been like the best partner in this group of people. I think Daniel's like a close second, but for the most part, like Alena, to her own demise, I feel, has been so understanding and so genuine and so forthright with her emotions and just so all in for a man who, quite frankly, doesn't deserve it, if you ask me. And so I'm not saying this is this is Ilias's mom, right? I'm not saying that. But this interaction reminded me of those mother-in-laws who are so excited when a good woman comes to the table because they know their son is wretched. They know their son ain't shit. And so a good girl's gonna come along and take that man off of her hands. Couldn't be happier. Like, oh, you're so sweet. We love you so much. Take my son, because I didn't raise him right. So maybe you can. Again, not saying that's Ilias's mom. This conversation just reminded me of moms like that. So yeah, they're really excited. It makes sense. Alena is one of the only brides who is like so certain of, no, the only bride who is certain that she's gonna marry the man that she's coupled up with. Even when they were at the dress fittings. By the way, I keep lightly touching on the dress fittings because I don't really like that part of Love is Blind, so I skip it all the time. So sorry if you wanted to see the dresses, my bad. But anyways, when she put on her wedding dress, I think it was the first one, she immediately fell in love. She immediately felt like a bride, and she was the only woman who was even more certain about her decision after the fact. Every other woman, it made them more insecure about their relationship. Alena, she's like, oh, I'm all in. I'm a bride. I'm ready to get married. Yeah, I love that for you. I hate that it's with Ilias. Jen is starting to get some cold feet because she feels like they need more time, and the wedding is fast approaching.
Das geht in die richtige Richtung. Ja, ich finde, wir haben uns schon ein ganzes Stück angenähert.
Da kann man ja nicht alle Seiten so sofort immer alle sehen, so, ne? Wir lernen es gerade innerhalb von Wochen kennen. Und deswegen macht mir halt auch dieses Ehe-Thema Druck.
Aber ich mache mir da auf jeden Fall auch keinen Druck.
Ich sage immer, ich gehe nur an den Altar, wenn ich mir 200% sicher bin. Ich nehme halt so eine Ehe nicht auf die leichte Schulter.
Ja, ich verstehe das natürlich schon mit dem Druck. Das ist jetzt bei mir zum Glück nicht so.
They are so disconnected, and it's sad to see because on paper they seem to have the best potential, but from the pods, something to me just wasn't connecting. Like, yeah, they should be compatible based on the conversations that they had, but I never saw them build a bond. That to me was missing in the pods. It's clearly missing in the real world too. She says that communication is very important for her, and right now their communication is piss poor. Baby, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. You guys don't communicate. And even when you do, they're consistently missing each other. They can't get on the same page. It seems like, I wanted to say their lifestyles don't match, but funnily enough, they do. It's just personalities are clashing, and I don't think they're ever going to be able to work through it. There was a moment where she said, I miss him, even though he's sitting right in front of me. That is so heartbreaking. Oh my gosh. That is so sad. You cannot be in a relationship where the person is with you and you feel like he's miles away. Like that's, oof. At the dress fitting, the mom was asked, Jen's mom was asked, oh, have you met your son-in-law? She's like, no, I haven't. And Jen opens up saying that they have so many issues in their relationship. She would rather deal with those first before progressing in that way. You're shopping for wedding dresses with your mother and your mother doesn't even know your fiance? Are these people okay? Because like the writing is on the wall in bright red and they're still like, I'm just unsure. It must be contractual obligations because ain't no way these people are this conflicted about relationships that are so blatantly mismatched. So blatantly mismatched. As she was putting on the dresses, it went from bad to worse. Like she knew she loved the dress. She knew that she would get married in a dress like the one she was wearing, but she could not picture herself being a bride, especially a bride to Marcel. And so she started to get emotional and she's like, I actually want to take it off. I want to take it off because I'm going to have a panic attack. No bueno. No bueno at all, girl. If the idea of marrying him sends him, I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. I know. If the idea of being married to this man sends you into a downward spiral, makes you have a panic attack, there's your answer. Sally gets to meet Medina's family. It looked as if he brought his entire village. I said, wow, he brought the whole clan, but it really wasn't that many people once they sat down. It seemed like everybody was with it, besides Mama Medina.
Medina ist ihr einziger Sohn, von daher hoffe ich, dass sie mich als eine gute Frau ansieht. Das ist also nicht ordentlich so.
War nicht immer so, aber doch.
Medina ist ordentlich, also relativ.
Hast du gehört, Mama?
Bis jetzt geht es.
Ich bin ordentlich.
Für immer und ewig. Das kann lange. Ja, und das am Ende mit heiraten. Heiraten ist echt immer.
Sophie. Also zu kommen zu Hause, mag sie, nee, das geht nicht. Hauptsächlich, sie mag einmal.
Ja.
Einmal. Bisschen so langsamer. Dann geht's.
Ja.
Ja, mit dem Gott auch zusammen.
Ja.
Das geht so.
Ja.
Bei mir ist sie sogar nur eine gute Frau für meinen Sohn.
Das ist wirklich sehr wichtig.
Mama Medina was having some internal conflict throughout this entire meeting. And she finally spoke up and she was like, this is not right. This is not the way that you do it. Yes, you guys are being led by God and that's beautiful, but the time is too fast. It's only going to end in heartbreak. Mama, I agree. Even though, again, these two are similar to Marcel and Jen. On paper, it looks like it's supposed to work. But that bond, that connection between them, I just don't see it. It could be the way that the show is choosing to depict their relationship, but it's not, I'm not feeling love. Nothing about them being, compatible long-term is translating to me. It's just not. Even if I were to think very idealistically in this process, because some people have fallen in love genuinely, are still married genuinely from the show, right? The mom thinks the process is not long enough. It has worked for people. Don't think it's worked for these two. I cannot see them at the end of this saying, I truly love my partner. I just don't see it. So similarly to a lot of the women, when she puts on her wedding dress, she's not feeling like a bride. at all. She said that day in and day out, she questions her decision to marry this man. And every dress she put on just made it worse. I think she put on about 3 dresses. None of them made her feel like a bride. None of them at all. And she looked beautiful, but it just wasn't connecting. So yeah, is anybody gonna get married from this damn show? I don't think so. It's not looking like it. Who actually has potential? I guess Daniel and Hannie, if Hannie gets her life together. But outside of that, everybody is just a train wreck. I think, unfortunately, I do think Ilias and Alena would get married, but Alena would be doing herself such a disservice. I feel like this man, did you guys watch Sweden? It's like Sergio and whatever that girl's name was. He was obviously scum, and she was obviously like the best thing to ever happen to him. And he was able to do his madness because he knew he had a loyal woman who was never going to leave him. And I don't want that for Alena. I still worry about that girl. I mean, I know they have kids. They have 2 kids now and whatever. Child. It's just, it always pains me when I see anybody, male or female, or anybody else, just completely engulfed in a relationship that isn't reciprocal. And I don't know if Ilias has the capability of giving Alena what she deserves. Because if it's not one kind of external desire, I think he's going to find it elsewhere. Like Hannie shut him down, but I don't think that'll be the last time that he'll be intrigued by another woman's attention. And now he has notoriety coming off of the show? God forbid. So we'll see. I'm almost there. Got 1 more episode before the finale. So you guys let me know if you think any of these relationships are going to make it. Don't spoil though. I still want to know what happens in episode 8, but it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. Anyways, as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.